And Chapman continues their possession. Monica Carlson, what a streak of games it's been for her. Now up to 7 straight with 4+ inside. Reagan with the back around. Whip it around for the one time, and Ava Reagan says, let me introduce myself for her 10th goal of the season. Avalanche of bodies down on the far side. It's still on the floor, anybody's game. DeColobus couldn't wrap that one up. DeColobus inside! Dante DeColobus plays escape artist like Perry the Platypus. And Chapman up 9-6. As we get back right into it, Carlson working for point. The Redlands Bulldogs really do most of their damage early in the first. Now up to 60 goals this season, but they've allowed 58 as Carlson makes that 59. Annika Carlson putting it past Ashley once more for her 2nd goal of the game, and the Panthers up 6-2 with 3:18 left. NorCal meets SoCal here in beautiful Orange, California, as the number 19 ranked Cal Golden Bears make their way down the Pacific Coast to take on the number 3 Chapman Panthers here at Wilson Field. We welcome you into the CSBN broadcast booth. Nico Schwegler, that is Justin Lee, and Justin, we got 2 high-flying teams. Chapman coming off of that semifinal loss in the MCLA tournament to the Virginia Tech Hokies last season, looking to respond this season. As for the Cal Golden Bears, they went 7-7 last year. They're looking to get back into the tournament and hopefully pull off some upsets along the way. Against the freshman, Hale Brown, it's going to be Brown versus Ehlers as we get set for this opening matchup. Brown able to knock it through, but picked up by Chapman. Ursino knocked away, but now with Chapman, and it's going to go back to Weib.
Well, in all technicality, that's going to go to the Golden Bears here. Hale Brown now 27 of 10 on the season on faceoffs. This is another one of those big keys for this team, is really controlling the faceoff game.
And I mean, as you mentioned, as that one's going to go over the head of Jack Curran. But as you mentioned, for the Panthers, it's about controlling that possession, and it's going to be very difficult with a guy like Brown, who's had a lot of success in his first season on those faceoffs.
One of the other big keys here is just the Golden Bears' ability to kind of rotate these guys around. They have a lot of good players enough to do that type of thing with Isaac Jaro, who's not starting on the lineup right now, but he had 2 goals last week against UC Santa Barbara, alongside with, like we said, Nate Fredericks, one of our key players.
Now with Bowman at the top of the field, working on Curran. Makes his way inside. Looking for a man. Picked up there by Schultz. Now with DeColobus, one of our key players of the game. He's going to be the creator that George McGurk was throughout these past few seasons. And that one going to be thrown away there. As Morissette going to pick it up. He had 65 points in total last season, 40 goals for the Panthers, and he's going to be the main goal-scoring threat for Joel Callis this entire season as he makes his way inside, as it gets past the likes of Caven.
That's one of the strategies that Joel Callis has kind of got in place here, is just getting it out to that backside of the X here and just trying to confuse the goalie for Cal out there.
Now working through the defensive zone. DeColobus riding well. As Cal barely able to get that over. Now out there with Bagwell. Makes his way over to Jaro.
Jack Curran coming out. We got Joel Yamada just checking in.
Endicott looking to make his move on Beasley. Now behind the net, slips right there. Brower, he had 3 assists against UC Santa Barbara in that loss. Is now right into the ground with Jaro, and it's going to go out as Ricker is able to get that one into Chapman possession with some nice hustle. And Leander, he's a guy that now coming into his senior season, been named a defensive captain. We spoke with him at our media day. He's looking to make a big impact this year and trying to get that first point of his college career.
Yeah, one of those other captains as well, Anderson McDonald, a transfer from Worcester University in Ohio. He's also an interesting question mark for this team this season, just to see how well they can mesh together as a group, especially with guys when you have transfers like this and a young team like this. All in all, 10 freshmen and 8 sophomores on this Panthers team.
That one gets through the likes of Sultan. Chapman picking it up. Anderson McDonald, as you mentioned, a new transfer student in for the Panthers, as he's going to come out for Worth. Orsino going to get through. Orsino working his way in, gets a nice shot on goal.
17, Nico
Blocked well by
Schwegler.
Weib. Now reset with Worth.
This is also where those rebounds kind of count into play as well. If the Panthers can
Checking
hold
in
on to that
21
ball as well and
Checking
just
in
switch a bit
5.
beyond each other, they need to really work
Rocco.
that backside of the goal here with their players up in the front here to kind of get around a goalie like Weib.
Now in the backstop, over to Worth. DeColibus, now with Rocco Reginelli, the midfield freshman. He's been getting a lot of play time in training camp, looking to get his first contribution of the year. Worth trying to get around Schultz, but blocked out well by number 99. Morissette, little hop skip over to Vomand. Picked up well by Curran. A little bit of a high stick right there.
It's a great control. They got to pass these off a little bit more instead of just holding it on there.
Morissette, 15 left on the clock. Fires inside, gets the first goal of the season. And Chapman up 1-0 here at Wilson Field. Beautiful move by Luke Morissette. Who else could it have been for Joel Callis' side?
Hey, one of the top scoring players for this Chapman Panthers team gets the first one of the season for his squad. It looked like Wyatt was a little confused in the goal, but you saw Morissette do like a little backhand spin around, get around the goalie and shoot it right through. He was left unguarded in that attempt.
Now Ehlers back
On
out
the
there
wings,
for
McDonald
the face-off.
and Orsino for Chapman.
So when pun down, it's a real face-off right there. No one willing to budge.
Look at the rugby scrum.
Gonna be some smacks right there, and picked up
Taking it out, 46 for your Panthers, Anderson McDonald.
by Anderson McDonald right there.
That was a fantastic job by McDonald to secure that ball and allow the Panthers to get another possession here. Exactly what they need to jump out in front of this really good Cal Bears team.
Checking in, New Stratton, jersey 8.
Stratton. Now DeColibus. My apologies, now with Holden Walker. Makes his way in. Another exciting freshman for Callis' side. DeColibus checked right there. Now back with Caven. Working inside to Bruggeman as that one's knocked away. And a little bit of a scrum.
Oh,
That's a bit of a trip off. That's going to be a push off right there. And Berkeley going to get their possession back.
yeah, Bruggeman trying to work for that ball, got just pushed from behind from a Cal Golden Bears player there. A little too much impact.
Schultz going to reset. McDonald gave chase, and he gets it away. Just 3 guys in this offensive zone right now for Berkeley as they reset through their lineups. Now over to Lucas Bear. Behind the net. Now making its way around. Sultan tries to get it over. Right in front, and that's good!
Picking out the trash, 18.
Number 18, Thor Oase,
Oase.
putting it through.
Goal comes
And just
at
that
9,
scrappy
Oase,
play
goal
style in
number
Bollinger,
1.
just
The goal
unable to
goes
see
on
that
the board with
high
1.
little stick
Panthers on
right
the board
there.
with 1.
And Oase able to fit it in.
Oase did a really good job there getting that ball off. Camden Morris actually had it in his possession. It just popped out of his net from as the long stick midi there and then bounced right into the hands of Oase and got it right by Jason Bollinger, who wasn't expecting it at all.
I mean, we just saw right there, Troy Kennedy caught ball watching a little bit as Oase made the first move and able to capitalize and tie this game up. 9 minutes, 9 seconds left here in this first quarter. Is that one gonna be won by Berkeley for the moment as it's still scrumming around, and it's picked up by Schultz. Hale Brown, he's so good on those face-offs. Is that one pushed in the back?
Working hard for
Rickers
Panther Nation.
gave a little bit of shove. We're going to get some sub-ins here.
A little too much contact work in here. I have to say, though, after watching this team last season, I got to say, I think the Panthers have some of the nicest helmet designs.
I mean, it's a really sleek look for the Panthers, and it's worthy of that number 3 spot. They're obviously not content with that, trying to come for that number 1 in the country, currently held by Virginia Tech, followed by Liberty University, who the Panthers go on a road trip to face later this season. As you mentioned, a very tough schedule throughout this season for Chapman, but obviously, if they're able to beat a team like Berkeley in this first game, it's going to be a very big telltale sign of the competition that they're able to go against, especially losing some of their top attackers.
It's competitive on their schedule, but that's only for a good reason, because this team is known to be a powerhouse in the MCLA, and for good reason. Like we said before in the broadcast, they start things off really strong.
He made his way into the crease, was number 22 Brower, and Chapman gonna get possession back on the turnover. Riding high right there was Morris, as he's still going.
Working hard for Chaptown, number 9, Cam
Here's the thing about long stick middies, they're extremely versatile.
And Orsino jumping into the air with a beautiful shot, and into the net is Caven. A little bit of luck in the Irish right there for the Chapman Panthers, as Orsino with the beautiful grab and go, and Caven did the rest. Thanks, guys, so much. I'm here with Luke right now, and Luke, what a game you guys had. Let's just take a look at that scoreboard right there. 20 goals on the board, 38 in your last 2 games. What does that mean to you as an attacker?
Man, that fires me up. You know, we're putting the pieces together. We're playing calm and confident, and we're putting up the numbers. It feels good.
I mean, it's incredible, especially your stat line here today. A hat trick of goals and hat trick of assists, 3 and 3 each. I mean, what allowed you to be so efficient against this Trojan defense?
Well, you know, we played our game. You know, we dominated the face-offs, got good possession time, and then honestly, we had good off-ball movement, and it helped me, you know, keep my eyes up, find guys on the inside, and then, you know, once we got those inside looks, they stopped sliding and had to start putting them in.
I mean, it's always great to see, and obviously Dante running by right there, sustained that injury now out for the 2nd consecutive game. But what did it mean seeing a guy like Adam McDonald and some of these other freshmen really step it up on the offensive side of the ball?
Dude, it fires me up. I love playing with Adam because he's a pure crease attackman, and that fits my style really well because I like to get those inside looks. And he's got a great energy. You know, he's always fired up. Every time we turn the ball over, he's like, "It's okay, Maz, it's okay." You know, and he's just a good guy to talk to, and I'm happy that, you know, he's having success early on.
I mean, it's always great coming away with a Chaptown win. Luke, great job on the game. Good luck on the rest of the season. I'll be sending it back up to you guys in the booth. As always, I've been Nico Schwegler, signing off from CSBN.